Hi, I'm Tracy, VE3TWM. Thanks for tuning in to Outdoors on the Air. Today I'm going to tackle what I consider to be a somewhat controversial subject, and that's probably what I would consider to be my least favorite features, the worst features of this modern, small, extremely capable model known as the Icom IC-705. Now, before I get into it, I do want to put out this disclaimer. The 705 is an absolutely spectacular radio from a feature list perspective. They've proven over the past several of years to be durable. They seem to hold up well to portable use. You'll probably never get through all the features on this radio, which means that it gives you an unlimited amount of different types of activities, ham radio related, that you can get into, along with offering that all-band coverage from 160 meters up to 70 centimeters. Bottom line, in no way, shape, or form should this video be construed as a damning condemnation of the IC-705. It is a great radio, but I do want to walk you through some things that I haven't necessarily seen addressed in other forums on YouTube. Let's get into it. The first thing up is the overall design of the unit. Now, the form factor itself is okay, given what it is. And you needed to have a tall front face to accommodate the display. One thing I really do not like is that all of the ports for the radio are on the sides. Now, this means that if you're using the radio in a base station environment, you now end up with this Hydra-like mess of cables completely visible from the operating position. To me, it's just untidy and could have been implemented a lot better with the ports being on the back panel. The next thing up on my hit list is the speaker microphone. I am not a fan of the speaker microphone. It's small, it's light, but it's also it's awkward to hold in the hand. It's not very comfortable to press with your thumb. I prefer a full-sized microphone. Now, I'm not doing SOTA, and my friend Tom, VA3WBA, thinks that this is a SOTA-inclined choice, but I'm just not sure that the 705 is the ideal radio for that. I would say for the vast majority of users, the speaker microphone is not a very convenient option. In addition to that, Icom hasn't even given us a provision on the side of the radio to plug a full-sized unit in. They absolutely, with the size of this radio, they could have added a port for a full-sized regular microphone. I would have liked that, but the sound that comes out of here is not as good as the internal speaker. I'm giving the speaker microphone a thumbs down. Okay, next up. So Icom has this decently sized, from an ergonomic perspective, case. Why the heck couldn't they have found a place for another antenna connection? We have one antenna connection shared between HF and 2 meters and 440. Icom, really, what were you thinking? You absolutely need to have a duplexer now in order to access all the bands at once without doing the antenna switcheroo. That's a big fail. Okay, my penultimate gripe with the 705 is in fact the internal speaker. Now, often when we're operating in portable locations, there is background noise. It's an uncontrolled environment. You might get wind, you might get people, vehicles, etc. You are invariably going to need to turn up the volume. And on this particular radio here, the 705, I have found that when I turn up the volume to accommodate, to compensate for a noise generated that I need to hear over top of, the internal speaker does some rattling, vibrating. See if I can give you an example here.
CQ, anybody, anywhere. This is Victor Echo 3, Zulu Lima Golf, calling CQ Parks on the air.
Just listen to that one more time.
CQ Poda, CQ Parks on the air from Victor Echo 3, Zulu Lima Golf.
I don't understand why a top quality radio like an IC-705 has to have speaker rattling. I have used for years a Yaesu FT817 with an internal speaker and have never experienced that. So, not happy about that one. Okay, now we're on to my number one issue with the 705 from a feature perspective. And it's funny because when I bought the 705, this entire feature was one of the decisions that I made. I thought this was a great feature built into the 705, and that's the ability to take an HT battery pack and clip it right onto the back. What a cool, convenient way. You run out of power, you snap out the battery that's in there, you pop in another one. Well, guess what? My friend Tom, VA3WBA, and I were out here at the Canada Winter Contest this past winter. Temperature was somewhere hovering around freezing, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. We set up a really good quality 15-meter antenna and struggled to make contacts. It wasn't until later on when I got home and started to read through some of the 705 documentation that I found a reference to the fact that in temperatures at 32 degrees or less Fahrenheit, the IC-705 shuts its power down from whatever you've got it set to 500 milliwatts. That's the transmit power. Are you kidding? This is a portable radio. This is supposed to be designed to operate in all conditions. The actual temperature rating of the 705 goes down to minus 10 degrees Celsius. So I don't understand why Icom batteries are rated this way. And by the way, the same battery pack clips onto one of their high-end handhelds. It's the same thing. I looked up the specification in that handheld's manual. They say the same thing. What on earth are they thinking? This is a complete fail. So there you have it. A listing of what I believe to be the chief drawbacks of the Icom IC-705. Is it still an amazing radio? It absolutely is. Am I going to turn around and sell mine based upon these flaws? No, I'm not. I think this is a lifetime investment for me. That's what I think. What do you think? Do you have other ideas about things that could have and should have been improved on the IC-705? If so, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear them. And any other thoughts you have on this subject. Until next time, thanks for watching. Now it's your turn. Get out of the shack, get outdoors, and get on the air. 7-3 from Tracy, VE3 TWM.